Show you guys a little clip right here, and this is part of my speech. So.
Yes. I don't want to spoil anything, but I overheard something in the bathroom. It's a cake. I surprised her, right? There, two casts.
Thanks for dinner, losers!
Oh, man. $857? $857?
Where are we gonna get that kind of cat?
Okay, so can you turn the lights back on, please? So the reason I showed you guys this clip is because for Valentine's Day, I always end up spending a lot of money on my date. And like you saw his face, he was kind of like, he spent way too much money, and he didn't have the money. So the statistics say that the average date runs about $75 to $85. And for college students, like most of us, that's a lot of money, right? So, you don't want to spend $75 on a single date, especially if you're just getting to know someone. Maybe if it's like a girlfriend for a long time, that's fine. But if not, then it's something that you're kind of like, you're kind of waste of money. So in my demonstration speech, I will show you guys how to prepare a romantic date by only spending a minimum of $20. And that includes the products that you will need. The second thing you'll need is to prepare the actual meal. And then the third thing is an alternative for a dinner and movie, so you can just do something at your house. So the first thing you need to do is go to the store and purchase all your all the things you might need for the project, or for the dinner. So before you go to the store, you have to think about a store that you want to go to. And for me, my favorite store to go to is Ralph's. I mean, maybe a lot of you guys have gone there, and you get a lot of discounts there, and I have a rewards card, so I get a lot of discounts, and pretty much I get money back for spending money. So the first thing I do is when I go to stores, I go buy my pasta. And in the pasta section, there's hundreds of different types of pastas, and you have your more expensive pastas at the top. They're anywhere like $8 to $10, and the cheaper ones at the bottom. And I go for this Anthony spaghetti noodles right here, and these are thick, and I've always used them, something that I'm very comfortable using, and something that I really use pretty much every time. So after I get my pasta, I go to the next section, which is right next to it, and I get my sauce. And I don't like making sauce, so I just purchase it, and I get this ragu sauce, and this is $1.99. It's 16 ounces. It's a lot of sauce, and it's something that I've always used. And in addition to that sauce, I like getting a Alfredo sauce, and it's $1.99 for this. It's ragu. And this is something that I've always used because I think it's kind of boring, just that, so I give a little kick to my food. So after I get my sauces, I go to the next section, which is the produce, and I don't like grabbing lettuces, and I don't want to cut it up and do all that stuff. So what I do is I look for this kit right here. This is a Caesar salad kit, and this pretty much saves my life. Saves a lot of work. It has romaine lettuce, has Parmesan cheese, has Caesar dressing, and it has the croutons, and this is a lot easier than actually cutting up a lettuce and doing it yourself. So this is something that I always look for. And this is, I believe it's about $2.99, so this isn't very much. And the last thing I pick up before I go pay for everything is I grab dessert. And I don't like making dessert, I don't like baking, I don't like cleaning up all the mess, so I just grab this right here. And this is just a small one of what I usually grab. I usually grab a whole pie, but this is easier to carry and stuff. And this is just frozen pie, and you just pull it out of the freezer, and that's ready to serve. So when I actually did this last night, and I went and I purchased everything. I ended up spending $15.64, and this is what I'm going to use for my dinner pretty much. And as I'm walking out the store, I stop by before the exit, and there's a red box. And the red box, $1.29, swipe your credit card, and you get a movie. So that's my alternative. So after this is when we actually go make the food. So I'm going to prepare everything right here on my table. So the first thing you want to do is, of course, you want to have sanitize your hands and make sure everything's clean. So you can wash your hands, do whatever you need to do. You have to pull out all your things that you're going to need. So for this, I will need pretty much the basic thing is a big pot for my spaghetti. You need something for your salad, And I don't have little pots but this is pretty much for where the pots would be. And that's pretty much it. Then you have your utensils that you might need to mix and everything like that, but I don't have that stuff with me. So first thing you want to do is put on your apron. Let's see if I can put this guy on. So I got my apron on. I'm ready to cook, right? So first thing is you grab your big pot and you put it underneath some water. Get some water. Here's my water for today. So I got my water, and you put it on the stove, turn it on, set it on fire, heat it up, and pretty much heat it up and let the fire go. And this process takes around 10 to 12 minutes depending on your stove and how it works. What I like to do is I get some salt and I put some on there, and it gets a little more flavor, or some oil too, and I put that on there, and it spices it up and it gives it a faster result pretty much. And so you let this boil, and this takes around, like I said, 12 minutes. So after this is when you get your spaghetti, your noodles, and as you can see, they're not going to fit all the way like that, so what you do is you break them up. I'm not going to break them up. You break them up, and you put them in there, and you get your spoon or anything just to mix it around, and then you just mix it and let it go. So throughout this whole process of whatever I'm going to make, I'm going to keep my eye on my spaghetti and make sure that it's getting mixed so that I don't burn it or it doesn't stick or anything like that. So I got my spaghetti going, I'm going to go on to my salad. And salad is easy, like I said, it has everything included. So pretty much just open up the different packages, toss it in there, and you mix your salad with your hands, whatever you want to do. Go back to the next thing. So the last thing we're going to do is our sauces, and this is simple. You just get your little bowl or your little pot, turn on your stove, and just pour each one in there and let them go. So while this is going, you're mixing your pasta right here, and you're mixing your sauces here. And there's two ways to test out your pasta, see if it's ready. And this is something that I learned probably like a month ago, is just get your pasta and you throw it up against the wall. And if it sticks, that means it's ready. If it doesn't, then you keep going. So you're here mixing this, and you're mixing your sauces, and then pretty much once this is done, you taste it out and see if it's good. And then once it's done, you get out your drainer, and you put it into the sink, and you just pour your pasta in there and let it sit for a while, let all the water leak. So that's pretty much it. And then once that's done, then you just put everything away, and then you get your plates on, you serve your dinner. So after dinner, this is the third part I'm going to talk about, is something that you could do as an alternative of going out to theaters and spending $20 on movies, another $15 on popcorn and drinks. So this is what I said. I bought that. I got my dessert, and I got my $1.29 movie, and pretty much you could just anywhere in your house, in the living room, in your bedroom, or whatever you want to do, and you could just eat your pie. This comes in 2 singles, so it's pretty much easy to do. And you put in your movie, and when you're at the movie, you can talk about whatever you want. If you guys talk about the day, or you could just watch the movie, whatever you want. So that's pretty much it. So in this speech, I was able to show you guys how to prepare a dinner with spending, like I said, I spent $15.64 last night, plus the movie, which is $1.29. And that was less than $20. And I know that for a lot of you guys right now, this is something that finances is a big issue. So if you guys want to do something nice for a date, or just in general for your family, you could always do something like this, cook and everything. And the way I showed you guys how to do this is I showed you guys what to buy at the thing. I showed you guys how to prepare your dinner, and I showed you guys a little alternative of what you could do instead of spending more money. So maybe you guys in the future, if you guys ever needed something like this, you guys could enjoy it, and you guys won't end up like Charlie over here, who was, staring at the bill, wanting to shoot himself because he had to spend $862. So that's pretty much it.